Hello, angels. Welcome to today's math lesson, Tuesday, 31st of March, 2020. And today we are going to be doing fractions. Yay! I hear you say your favorite. So we're going to be adding and subtracting with different denominators. Now, before we get to this, there are 3 steps you need to have or know before you can actually add or subtract any fractions. Step 1, you have to make sure that the bottom numbers, which are your denominators, are the same. Step 2, to make them the same, you need to find a common factor. What number do they have in common? You change that. Once they're the same, you can then add or subtract. Okay, now it's always easy to add and subtract fractions when the bottom numbers are the same, but as you can clearly see, we're going to be working with different denominators today. So I've got some examples here. Take that out of the way. And then we are going to be working through these. So where's my pen? Okay, so let's start with 2/3 add 1.5. So the first thing you notice is that the denominators are clearly different. So we need to find a common multiple. That just means what number do they have in common? And looking at it, and you all know your times tables. Yay! Okay, so the number we're going to use is the number 6. So we need to convert this number into 6. So 3 times 2 makes 6. So now we have a new denominator. Now remember, whatever you do to the number downstairs, you also have to do to the same thing upstairs. So if we have times 2 here, we also have to have times 2 up here. And that will be 2 times 2 equals 4. So now we have a new fraction, we have a new numerator, and we have a new denominator. Now we go over to this side. So 2, we need to get 2 to convert into 6. So 2 times, let me do it on this side. It's a lot easier. 2 times 3 makes 6. And remember, whatever you do downstairs, you also have to do upstairs. So if we're timesing by 3 here, we also need to times by 3 up here. So 1 times 3 is 3. So now we have a new fraction. 4/6 add 3/6. So the bottom number stays the same. We have 6. And then we do 4 add 3, and that's 7. But look, we have what is called an improper fraction when the number on top is heavier than the number at the bottom. So we need to simplify. Now, how many times does 6 go into 7? 1 whole, I hear you say. Well done. And what's left when we take away 6 from 7? We have remainder 1, and it becomes 1/6. Voila. Well done. Now, let's try the subtraction. We're going to do exactly the same thing we did with the addition, except this time we're subtracting. So we can clearly see that the denominators are different. So we need to find a common multiple. So looking at it, what number do they have in common? 15. So we need to change this into 15. So 5 times what makes 15? 3, I hear you say. 5 times 3 is 15. My paper keeps moving, so I have to hold it still. Now we also have to change the numerator. So 3 times 3 now becomes 9. So this fraction, 3/5, becomes 9/15. So now we do the same thing here. 3 times what will give us 15. So 3 times 5 gives us 15. And then we do the same thing to the numerator. So this becomes 1 times 5 becomes 5. So now we can subtract. 9/15 take away 5/15. It stays the same because we have 15 here and 15 here. So the denominator stays 15. And then we subtract the numerator. 9 take away 5 is 4. And voila. There you go. Subtracting, adding with different denominators. Okay, so now let's try a word problem. Here we go. 2/5 of 30 kids at Mike's school voted. How many kids voted? Okay, so we have 2/5 of 30, which is the same as saying 2/5 divided by 30. Okay, now we need to do 30 divided by 5. 30 divided by 5. So this is where you use your times table knowledge to help you, or you count in fives and you stop at 30. How many jumps or how many fingers is that? So let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 6, I hear you exclaim. Well done. But the answer is not 6. He wanted to know 2/5. So we need to times this answer by the numerator. So 6 times 2 equals 12. I hear you exclaim again. Well done. So that means that 2/5 of 30, 2/5 divided by 30 equals 12. Voila. There you go. Well done. Right. This is a very good website that I wanted to show you. Yes, that I found, where they have lots and lots of examples of working with fractions, especially fraction word problems. It's all online, it's all free. Yes, and there's the webpage IXL. Just type in IXL in your search engine, and then of course just go straight to fractions. And then there are lots of questions and lots of practice questions, and I think they possibly have a video as well to help you out, and then you can work on your fractions. Okay? Enjoy.